From guys, and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The numbers a week ago from Melvin Gordon. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches.
So dead or alive. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up third and about 6. Broncos here on third down. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide. It doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Bridgewater. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. B.J. Goodson there on the tackle. On the defensive side of the ball, the starters for Los Angeles. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. Now Bridgewater. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Not a penalty. Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the time, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've had it twice. They punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now a pass here, caught by Hunter Henry. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And it's complete. Henry. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Flacco off play action. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Flacco will take to the air again. It's complete to Snead. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Flacco from midfield. He completes it to Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And again, it's Flacco to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
57.
On the delay, here's Breida. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, pick your game up.
They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now it's a bootleg with Bridgewater. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
I absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. This complete to the tight end, Clay. And there's a peek at the numbers. That's what Charles Clay did last week. 5 catches, 69 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses have better focus on.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good. Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A toss play, Gordon. First down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Again, he finds an opening. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. 6-0 our score after one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4 down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. They'll send this away to the Rocky Mountain Knight, and it's a good one. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Hopping corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They'll begin the drive with Breida. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The Broncos on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the 1st.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Freeman. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 36, Bridgewater. And that's complete to Sanders. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
first down, right back to Lindsey. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Bridgewater now from the 50. And he fires one incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, Lindsey. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Out of the shotgun, Breida. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Right there. There, man.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Flacco from the gun. He'll get this to his running back. It's Justin Jackson. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Matt Breida in the offense heading back out. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
From the 38, Bridgewater. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Melvin Gordon and the Chargers ready for their next possession. It's Gordon. And this Bronco deep. Defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
He's These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Operating off play action, Flacco. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Fielded at the 33. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Matt Breed in the offense heading back out. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Play fake. Bridgewater. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Such a valuable commodity to have a tight end who can run and get open. How about what he just did there? Worked his way from right to left across the field and found his way free.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. On 1st down, here's Breida. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down now. It's Lindsey, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw is Bridgewater. And his throw is incomplete. Charles Clay has tied in the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. To throw, Bridgewater. That'll be complete to Breida. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They're going with Lindsey. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal. They'll run with Lindsey. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders. And he'll
get in. Touchdown, Denver. Royce Freeman. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now stands at 13. A 10-play drive that time. And the final act came from Royce Freeman on the touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and that'll bring up second down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is the Chargers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the score line. 14-13, the final score in a tight one. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. Ryan Tannehill sharp in the victory as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Monday night between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back. over.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Bridgewater now. It's caught by Sanders. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now it's Lindsey. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run. It's Lindsey. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 41, Bridgewater. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's
Back and go full strip.
a give, running right, Lindsey. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Got a man that's complete to Hamilton. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
And being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kick. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. But just barely picking up the first down. I guess hindsight's 20/20. The fake worked, but not by much.
Luckily, the 20/20 kicked in, right? Because it was that close to it not being a very good call. I mean, I was holding my breath up here to see if they actually got it, and at first glance, I didn't think they did. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here's Bridgewater. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This one from 35 yards away. And his kick is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Broncos, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Wait.